I'm going to stop the entertaining flow of this conversation and read something. And you'll read something later, and you'll read something. You guys, I think, know this. About a year ago, I write op-ed pieces for the LA Times, the Daily News, and anybody else who will publish them. But this was the thing on Dia de los Muertos. You guys want to hear it? Okay. Oh, it says today, and by the way, it ran on the first day of Días de los Muertos, because there's really two. So that's the chronological reference. This was in the Daily News. Today, millions of Mexicans in the Republic and millions of Mexican descendants here in the U.S. will observe El Día de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead. I'll observe it in my own quiet, reflective way, and I'll do so while conjuring the memory of a remarkable experience I had a couple of years ago when I spent the night in a cemetery in the ancient southern Mexican city of Oaxaca. That is when I asked an old man named Ramon Hernandez Lopez, as it turned out, sitting at the grave of his widow as midnight approached in the Campo Santo. I asked him if he really believed his departed wife would come to him in some spirit form and talk with him. And he answered, "I cannot say if we will talk together tonight, but I am certain that tonight we will dream together. Soñamos juntos esta noche." I always remember that exchange. It crystallizes for me what Day of the Dead is and represents. In Oaxaca that autumn, I was staying with a Zapotec Indian family for whom Dia de los Muertos is the most important holiday observance of the year. Surely most Americans must find it difficult to understand or appreciate a holiday whose trappings seem rather bizarre and even morbid. Mexicans bake bread in the form of skulls, decorate altars with candied skulls and flowers, surround pictures of departed loved ones with food and drink favored by the departed, even gather at the grave sites of lost family members to greet their spirits as they return to this world from beyond. All this is done in a festive spirit, not in a funereal, somber way. I'm not big on religion, but I am intrigued by ritual, tradition, and historical legacy. What Americans don't seem to comprehend is that El Día de los Muertos is not a celebration of death. It's a celebration of life, and acknowledgement that death is inextricably a part of the cycle of life. It's about renewal and connection. It's not a time to cry. It's a time to smile, and an opportunity to embrace life fully, despite the obstacles we face. Scholars remind us that this is an Aztec-rooted ritual that's been observed for thousands of years. When the Spaniards conquered Mexico in the 16th century, they attempted to eradicate the ritual. The Spaniards didn't succeed. The Day of the Dead eventually was subsumed into the Catholic calendar as part of the observance of All Saints' Day and All Souls' Day. It endures today as the indigenous people endure, despite the historical iron fist of genocide and oppression. For Mexican Americans like me, it remains as a link to our ancestral indigenous heritage. I'll never forget the remarkable scene in that huge graveyard in Oaxaca. It was nearly the size of a football field. As midnight approached, almost every grave was illuminated by shimmering candlelight, a haunting, surreal glow as far as the eye could see. Families huddled around the graves decorated with camposochil flowers, it's nahuatl for marigolds, as well as small plates of carne asada, tortillas, glasses of tequila, and cigarettes, delicados and Marlboros, favorites of the departed. I remember vividly the joy and reverence in the faces of the families who gathered that night. As non-intrusively as I could, I talked with dozens of families about what they were doing and they were pleased to share their feelings. We do it to honor our ancestors, many told me. It reminds us that we too will die and that we should not fear that. Many others told me. Some said they looked forward to communing with their lost mothers, fathers, and other relatives. We will comfort each other, one young woman told me. That was the night Ramon Hernandez Lopez told me, "Soñamos juntos esta noche." We shall dream together tonight.